Okay, everyone, welcome back. In this episode or video, I'm hoping to do things. I want to show you guys what I was building here. So, in case you haven't figured it out, this is the Cobblemon pack that I made. We have Pokemon going on here, lots of them, and that sort of thing. And I've gotten some fun ones. I'm hoping for this episode to basically go over the couple things on this island that I have done so far, and the layout, kind of the idea for some of the areas that I think I want to do later, but I haven't quite gotten to yet. Okay, so we're going to start up here, since this is the area I spend the most-ish time around. This is my storage system. So, in this mod pack, we have two separate storage mods. We have sophisticated storage and, I guess, sophisticated backpacks, too, as well as storage drawers. Now, so I built these. I wanted to basically build several silos. I wanted to build silos so I could have some fun putting resources inside of silos, and I wanted to experiment with the color palettes in the mod pack, and I think they look pretty darn good. So, I should probably sleep here. Sorry, phantoms again. In case you aren't aware, I have been playing a hybrid creative survival playthrough. So this is not, well, it is completely obtainable in vanilla. I just don't have the time to spend gathering all the resources for it. So basically what I have going on here is several silos, each of which I filled up with storage drawers. They're all linked together through frames and that sort of thing, connected that way and all that, and I can basically put anything that has a slot. I can click on the storage drawer controller there, and it will get instantly dispersed into all of any one of these that has the spot, which basically means I know what hasn't been sorted and what has already. And due to the fact that I built these without exactly knowing how many items I was gonna need to put in here, I think I've basically filled up maybe between 10 and 25% of the slots that I have available so far, which is pretty darn good, I think. But I've basically been trying to sort them by certain categories. So this one is basically the lumber. So basically I have the logs, the planks, the leaves, and the saplings all next to each other. And I haven't even started up here because this is more for more tree types and other things like that. We have all the different upgrades as well. Let's see, like storage upgrades as well as a void upgrade, which I've been working on basically expanding around when I need them, since I have a villager trading hall over there, which I'll show you soon. This one is for trees. I haven't put anything in this one just yet. Oh, also I forgot to mention that I did also experiment with doing some fun things underneath each of them in below the storage area, so it has a cool basement area. That one was a whole bunch of the leaves from Biomes of Plenty. The maple leaves. This one's blank. This one is just water. That sort of idea. Blank so far. And also they go down into the ground and are connected up underground. That's where the pathways connect there. This one, if I'm remembering correctly, is basically it's mob loot and or food. So I've been just collecting all the things, and I have some compacting drawers, which are very nice when it comes to things like bone meal, because that just means I can pick and choose which of these things that I actually want. And also I have the several mods from the Delight mod pack set that basically allow me to have nice little crates of things like rotten flesh and stuff, which I can scatter around, making everything look nice. And that sort of idea. Lots of foodstuffs. I should really eat some of these. I have some Farmer's Delight villager traders, and I also have some of the colored blocks here. And then what did I put up here? Did I put anything up here? Let me see. Yes, this one was basically where I'm putting the other things like the miscellaneous crafting blocks and or other things that are more specialty items. And then we come up here. This one I was thinking would be for the redstone stuff, which I haven't done much with redstone yet. I haven't done much crafting, but that's just the stuff I've looted and or traded for with the villagers. Going on up here, and then if we go down over here, this one is for the stone variants with the concrete, glass, and terracotta and stuff going on down here, because I wanted that by that. And the resources that I have collected so far, not an insane amount, but I think it's a good amount. And then underneath this one, we have blood, which I think looks pretty good with the chipped glass and everything, and the sound effects are pretty fun. Let me see. Did I show what was in the bottom of this one? I did not. This one was hay bales. Just a variety of hay bales, which is very fun. Then, let me see. We're gonna just hop on back down again, and we're gonna go over here. So this one right here is the Cobblemon area. So I have done, I'm gonna show this in another video, but I have a berry farm, which basically allowed me to breed up all of the different variants, which, seeing it like this is a lot. There are a lot of berries in just straight up Cobblemon. Why is that one not showing up right? Show me the numbers in there. I must have just clicked that on accident or something. Anyway, so berries, I have apricorns, mints, stones of various types, as well as a few other things like the XP candies, which I don't know why it's not default that you can't just, like, craft these upwards infinite. Like, I feel like you should be able to do that just by default. And I also put the Cobblemon tree wood types here as well, just because that felt a little more natural. We have the gems. I do have terra shards in this mod pack, which is very nice. I'm not exactly sure what they're used for, but I have them nonetheless. As well as other miscellaneous blocks, other miscellaneous ores from the other extensions of the mods. I only have one tumblestone so far, and I should really start farming those. And I'm putting fossils over here, feathers, extra Pokeballs that I just have, but I've been trying to keep some of them on me. And then we have combination mints and evolution items up here, potions and other things like that there, and then other miscellaneous held items there. I'm not overly familiar with the Pokemon, all the different things that Pokemon use and hold. And then up here we have the basically miscellaneous flowers, plants, and or crops. I have the seeds going on over here. We have lots of biomes of plenty stuff. And then what mod was this? These are from Flora, as well as these guys are from Nature Spirit, which is a fairly underrated mod in my opinion. So these some of the walls, it has so many cool colors and stuff. Like there's chalk and other thing, kaolin, which is basically just like an in-between of terracotta and like andesite or something, but it has so many like look, it's got stairs, slabs, and brick variants. Like look at this color palette. And then we also like look at this. Like there's so much going on here that you can do, and like you get so much of it. What's this? White shot. Yeah, you can do so much with this. It's just insane, and I love it so much, and it looks so nice. And then we have all the various flowers that I've collected from that, and other miscellaneous plant things. And then did I put anything up here? I don't remember if I did. I think I did, but I don't remember. Ah, yes. Up here, I was having mob heads, which I have a mod. Let's see, it's a data pack that just basically gives you mob heads when you kill vanilla mobs and other things like that. It's nothing too special. They have that on Hermitcraft, which is nice. I do enjoy watching a good Hermitcraft video. It's nice, enjoyable. See, how do I get down from here again? There's that, and then there's in here. Yes. I'm glad I have those just around. Okay, and this one, I don't believe I have anything in here yet. I'm thinking of maybe putting, like, a tree up here, just so it looks nice. But, yeah, it's a very simple one here. What did I put in the bottom of that? Oh yeah, I put wait, in the bottom of this one, I put a whole bunch of random Cobblemon ores. Like all the different evolution stones just as ores. I thought it would look really nice in there. I think it turned out pretty well. And then over here, I forget the only way up there is that way. Let's see, go in here. Have the miscellaneous block types. That's basically what I have going on over here. I guess I have some other functional blocks. These should probably go over there, but I guess whatever. Yeah, I have miscellaneous blocks. Do I have anything up here? No, I don't. And then below here, I have a little aquarium, which I did give myself a blue axolotl for the ambience. I wanted one of each variant down here, and I think this is just so nice. I don't have the patience to breed blue axolotls, but they look so nice. Okay, and then, okay, so that's basically the storage area as far as the buildings are done. I still have a lot of work to do around here. I need to add in trees and paths and connect up to all the other things that I have going on around here. Haven't quite decided what's going on down there. Okay, so here's a fun fact that I found out just recently about the Farmer's Delight mod. So in the mod, there's this block called Rich Soil and Rich Soil Farmland. So basically, how that works, so it's basically designed to increase the yield, like increase the speed at which crops grow. And it does that by periodically putting bone meal on whatever's growing on top of it. So that basically means that if you put something like a lilac, which if I have bone meal, which I don't have bone meal on me, if you have bone meal, bone meal, it will duplicate itself. If you right-click on it with a bone meal, it'll duplicate itself. So periodically, it will actually put bone meal onto the crop or plant above it, which basically means that you can infinitely and freely duplicate things like firefly bushes or other flowers from different mods that do the thing. So I've been collecting, I have a whole bunch of various, I went through in a creative world to basically collect all of the different flowers, see what actually did duplicate things by doing that. And it basically, I've gotten a lot of different things going on in these barrels. Those firefly bushes are loud. But that's basically what happens. So you can basically just get infinite of these without having to spend any bone meal if you have Farmer's Delight, which is really cool. And I don't think was intended, but that's what I'm using it for right now. And I built this cute little greenhouse to basically have one at least of each that does that, just because it looks so nice. And I really like it. And I've been experimenting with diagonal buildings a lot. And I think I did a fairly decent job with this, with all the angles and everything, because I wanted a glass roof, and it's difficult to do so I'm using the Macaw's roofs, attic doors, which look really nice, but are fairly difficult to work with on a diagonal. Well, yeah, as you can imagine, Minecraft's not exactly built for diagonals, but I'm trying my best. Okay. And then we have two more areas here that I have. Let me just, before we get to that, I want to show you. So I built this custom terrain a while ago, and I'm hoping to eventually properly put up, like, a home base up here. I'm currently living just basically in a corner of the villager trading hall down there, until I get a couple houses built up here, because I haven't quite decided on color scheme or theme or what I want to do with that. But anyway, so we're going to go through the villager trading hall that I built. I basically went through the JEI here, and I have all of the different professions collected in a pile, like that. So that these are all the different professions. There are 28 professions. Some of them are more valuable than others. Like, for instance, you can buy or sell things like mint, revival herbs, and potions. The pool is not extensive, but there are a lot of things. And then I also have legendary monuments, which I haven't experimented much with. And it seems like the one I did find, it like doesn't have a proper model. And there are also a couple of these guys as well, which are, this is overpowered, to be honest. They're from more villagers, which is awesome. But yeah, so there you can get a lot of cool things from them, which is very fun. We have hunters here, which basically sell you things like blaze rod. Like, look at these trades. These are ridiculous trades. You can get all those are basically duplicates. Then there's icemen, which sell you ice as well, and you can sell off things like these, like it. And then I have a couple butchers going on here too. We have florists, which you can buy bee nests and drip leaf and honeycomb and glowberries. Same with shepherds, beekeepers. They basically sell you similar things to them over there. I think that if you level them up and there are different village like biomes dependent. This is loud. I need to music and sounds. Friendly creatures. Oh, that's better. You can turn the beehives. You get a different color beehive because there are other types of beehives from the Friends and Foes mod, but yeah, we can get them that way. There's this paleontologist, which basically can sell. I don't know how many of the fossils they actually have in their pool, but I think they have a fair amount. But it's annoying that they're so far down, so you have to like get a whole bunch of paleontologists to do things. Leather workers, and then there's oceanographers, which can sell you tridents, heart of the sea, nautilus shells, sponges, and sea lanterns. Unfortunately, I wish these were reversed. Like these ones, I wish they were reversed too. But what can you do? That's how it happens sometimes. Over here we have foresters, which basically allow you to buy a whole bunch of vanilla logs, and then I have them right next to Fletcher's, so I can do that. Infinite trade, same on this side. And over here we have fishermen, which I have going on. Going on here, poker rods, and yeah, they added these are new in the update, or the Cobblemon installed. We have a bunch of clerics too. And these cool engineers, which sell you a whole bunch of redstone components, and I'm sure I know that Tango would be absolutely in love with these villagers if they were vanilla. And then I have toolsmiths, armorers, and weaponsmiths going on here. And then we have a whole bunch of masons, because these guys are so nice to have. They give you I wish I had more of these guys, but yeah, I do have a mod that basically allows me to pick up and basically lock them in place and keep them safe from getting killed by things, which is nice because I tried having another mod that was like Easy Villagers, which if you might be familiar with, but that mod got really laggy if I had too many villagers, and it was just obnoxious. Anyway, farmers going on here. With all of the different Farmer's Delight stuff, they add so many more trades. Like, it's just ridiculous how many different things there are that you can buy. And, yeah, it seems a little bit... Seems like a little bit, hard to get the ones you want, if you know what I mean. Then I also have cooks, which are very nice. They have different... You can sell different things, and you can buy a whole bunch of different... What are you doing? Why are you like this? You can buy like, look at this food on that Farmer's Delight. Like, some of this stuff is absolutely ridiculous and fantastic food going on here. And I also have these miners, which are awesome. You can buy and sell different resources, and you can get cool pickaxes and other things like that from them, which is just absolutely awesome. I have a whole bunch of different enchanted books, which I collected the ones that were most useful for me. Efficiency Fortune. Soulbound, which basically means that if you die with an item on you, it'll stay with you, which is awesome. Then there's Unbreaking and Mending, and of course, And we also have sharpness, looting, aqua affinity, protection, feather falling, and fire protection. Yes, those are the ones that I would use most often. Then we also have this last and but not least villager type, the chef, which is basically a similar version of to these guys, except they will often sell these types of foods are a little bit more powerful and or can be placed on the ground, which is really cool looking. Okay, so that's that. My voice is dying. I don't talk very often, if you can't tell. Okay, best way to get up there is to go on the bridge. Come on. Lag. There we go. Absolute parkour master. Here. Oh, yes. And then also down here, there used to be like a Cobblemon ruin thing, which basically causes Gimmighoul to spawn in the near proximity, which is very awesome. Which means I actually have a shiny Gimmighoul. I should show you that when I'm done here. Which is fun. I built these fun diagonal bridges with this mod called Connectable Chains. It basically allows chains, ropes, leads of various kinds to basically be used as a barrier, which is awesome. You can actually walk on it too, which is really fun. Okay, so up here, I have a chicken farm. I basically wanted to build an area that I could have like a chicken run going on so they could walk around between the buildings and not get out, and it looks pretty decent, I think. It's a fairly simple build. It took me a fair amount of time to do, though. But basically what I have going on in here, if we go in here, we have the chickens wandering around. I have little nesting boxes and some water for them. And then every so often I have a limited barrel from sophisticated storage, which basically means it'll only collect the items in its 3 slots, and it has a magnet upgrade, so it'll collect the eggs remotely. So I can basically go in here and wander around and collect the different egg types. Because I have I don't remember if it was the vanilla backport mod or whatever that does it, but I basically I'm turning that off so that they get collected by the different barrels across that, which is very nice, and I think it looks awesome. And I can just basically wander around here and pick up eggs if I need them, and to put chickens elsewhere. And unfortunately, due to the way that this was built, since it's diagonally on some not perfectly flat terrain, unfortunately, I can get stuck in certain areas because of how the, just generally, like, I can't put a thing here and get up there, but they can. So I can get stuck in certain areas, but luckily I can still get out. I made sure of that. And I can go into this other building, and I decided to free roam a couple of the Torchics that I caught, because they spawn naturally in this biome. I wanted to have, I have like 5 Torchics and a Combuskin, and I also have a Blaziken on my team, because I needed a good fire type, and I haven't found a Charmander yet. But anyway, they kind of stay relatively close to the pasture block, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's nice to have Torchics around. Yeah, so that's what we got going on here. What was I thinking? I was going to show you the Pokemon I've caught so far. Let's head back down to my PC. Just right in here. Doop. Okay. Yeah, so I've been staying just in this corner here for now. But basically, I've gotten a fair amount of Pokemon so far. Let's see, we got in addition to the team that I currently have, these are the ones that were or might go on my team eventually. I have the Cobblemon, and I don't know why. I thought that with the Legendary Monuments, they just have the skins automatically applied, but I guess not. And then I also have several others, which is very fun. And I have a couple ghost types here and things like that. Let's see. Then I have, these are the unsorted shinies. I have a shiny Gimmighoul, which is awesome, and I think I'm going to want to evolve that into a fully netherite, the evolution of Gimmighoul, which I don't remember right off the top of my head, but I need to collect a whole bunch of netherite and stuff for that. This one looks awesome. I love that one. I did evolve from a shiny Mankey to a shiny Annihilate, which wasn't exactly hard. It's just, yeah, I did that. That was fun. We have a whole bunch of sheep types, which I'm hoping to have a pasture for eventually, as well. I have a shiny Piloswine, a couple of Tepigs and things. These are the chickens and other things like that. A bunch of critters. I have a whole bunch of these guys. These guys also spawn naturally around here. Shiny Diglett. Whole bunch of shinies, as well as a Raboot, which spawned randomly. They just spawn so randomly, and I wish there was a default notification for shinies or starters that just occurred. Shiny Corfish, couple shiny Lotads. I should put the other shiny Choodle by this one. And then I have a whole bunch of Eevees so far. I don't have all of them yet. I'm hoping to eventually get to the Espeon, Umbreon, and Sylveon. I believe those are the last ones that I don't have evolved. And then I have a couple of these Audinos for the Poke Centers I'm planning on putting around. And a shiny male Combee, which is fun. And I do have an extended PC for more Pokemon, because I found that with my sorting system, I was often getting a little bit overcrowded with the boxes. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we got going on there. And then there's also this mod that's in here called Foul Play. You may have seen them flying around. It adds a whole bunch of cool birds, including these hawks, which are fairly obnoxious, but, I mean, they're nice. Like, they add so much ambiance to just have the little sparrows and seagulls and ducks flying around, but be aware that these guys, they kill chickens and rabbits. So, if you want to have any sort of farm like I do up here, or have any sort of exterior farm that's not just a hole in the wall for chickens or rabbits, you need to make sure they're covered, otherwise these guys will find a way in there, and they will kill your chickens and your rabbits, which in and of itself isn't necessarily bad, but it's kind of obnoxious. So there's that. Yeah, and let's see. I'm just gonna go in here. So I'm hoping to eventually have a little bit more. I want to put the rabbits in a nice little farm over here, I think. Yeah, I want to put the rabbits over here. Have a nice little covered area for them. And I think that'll look nice. I do want to do it differently than the chickens ones, because they're rabbits, not chickens. So there's that. But we'll figure it out. I'm going a little slow with this area because this is going to have the most function out of each of the individual buildings, as opposed to these various areas. Since it is the central area that I'm working on. But I think it's coming together well, and we'll keep updating you when new buildings get added and new areas get added. So, anyway, if you guys enjoyed my rambling and showing you around what I've been building, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.